over the project and over the project iconic over the project iconic over the project iconic over the project the project over the project Rats. Okay, fixed that. Sorry about that. So sorry about that, everybody. Well, I guess I'll be editing this particular live stream down, won't I? Anyways, all right, I'll just jump into this with some of the basic stuff that we were going to do today, and I'll just talk my way through this and with each of these elements, and we can just use this as an opportunity to get each one of these steps recorded as far as what we're doing. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the changing. This is an interesting part here. There we go. Okay, that's all that on that layer. We want the opening doors layer. And actually, so what we want to do is we want to trigger that sound effect, the mission doors opening, when they click on, the user clicks on this button. So it's super easy, mind you. And what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and add another action to this particular button. And so what you can see so far is that we've already got some animations going on. We have 5 different objects being animated, and what we want to do is we want to add another action. And you'll notice it gives us some quick access to probably some of the most popular actions, but what we really want to do is go find something like media and timer, and we want to play a media file. But the interesting thing about this, and you'll notice that as we go over here and take a look at what we're going to play, there isn't any media files here for us to play. So what we need to do is go ahead and upload that audio file. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to say insert, and we're going to go to audio. We're going to say insert, not narration. We're going to insert just audio. And we now need to upload that. So let's take a look at our recents here. MP4. Pretty sure I created. Yeah, because it's called Mission Door. So let's just do a quick search for everything mission. Oh, not just in recents. We want on the whole Mac. So let's go to Mission Turfgrass and see if we can find it. Well, this is interesting. How was I able to get that? So just in case you're wondering, this is what takes us so long when we're trying to work out loud. But this, of course, is the reality of the work that we do. So, yeah, let me just keep looking here and see if I can find this. What the heck did I do with it? Let's do the old global search and see if we can find mission door. There we go. Oh, for some reason it was in music. Well, I guess that makes sense since I do think I cut out that audio in something. It's all right. Now, if I could only find that here. Not in documents, so we want it on this Mac. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's not letting us upload that. Maybe that was the problem I ran into when I tried to do this earlier. So we need to convert this audio to probably MP3. Let's see if we can do, let's just open up the library straight and just see if we can just do a regular upload straight into the library. See if that makes a difference. No, that's not it. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm back. So now we're going to go see. Let's see how we can convert that into an MP3 file and load that audio file in. I wonder if I can use Handbrake for that. Oh, have I not downloaded Handbrake to this Mac? Does not look like I have. Oh, and that's why. Okay. Plan B. Let's see. Quit that. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure what's happening. Why I'm getting the echo. Quit that. Quit that. There it is. Boom, get that closed. Okay. Now I got it. Sorry about that. So on Ecamm, there's this little eye that shows how many people are watching the live stream. And I didn't realize that when I clicked on it, it actually opens up YouTube in a browser. So I was hearing myself talk, but like 20 seconds delayed, which is always very strange. Anyhow, okay, so we're not going to worry about the audio for now. I am going to figure out how to convert that over to MP3 later. And we're just not going to worry about that. What I will do is move us along and show you what I've done with the objectives field. So again, this is one of those things that was very different and kind of basically a hack for what Kevin had to do to make this project work in jumping from one slide to another. So you'll notice here that we still have kind of the slide structure set up, but what our goal is to merge all of these slides into a more interactive style project. So you'll notice that on each one of these, there is different content. So as the user would click on each one of these folders, different content would show up over here. And in order for Kevin to do that within PowerPoint, he needed to create, as the content changed in this file image here, he had to create multiple slides to make that change happen. So what we're going to do is simply have one slide or one page that holds all of the content, and it just swaps that content in and out depending upon which file objective is clicked on. Right? Easy enough. And so much more interactive. It's going to significantly reduce the number of screens that are required, number of pages that are required for this project to be bundled together. And I think it'll just be more efficient and more effective as we go along. So let's take a look at that and what I've currently set up, and we'll go through and we'll add a couple of the other ones. So there's multiple ways that you could achieve this effect, but one of the ways that I've decided to use in this particular instance is to use the element states and to change the element state of this text file and the image that is at the bottom representing that particular objective. And so there is, on the basic page, there is this particular objectives text, right? So I'm going to call this actually instructions, just to be able to identify it when we need to select it out of a group of text files. All right, and then every time they click on one of these folders, we want this text field to disappear. And then what we're going to do is have this next text field. Well, actually, that's the page. Oops. Yeah, I like this. Oh, sorry about that. So this is definitely still objectives. This needs to be called instructions. There we go. So now over here on this file, I've set up a couple variables, okay? And one of the variables that I've created is, if we go over here to actions and check out this content. So we swap out these different images on this page, different page actions. So we've got it on 2 images so far. When we click on the number 2 image, let's see if we can get the number 1 going here. Yeah, so this is the number 1 folder. When they click on that number 1 folder, the variable that I created called objective clicked equals 1. We set it to 1. And then what happens is we show the objective image and we show the objective text. But what also happens when that objective, or when that objective folder is clicked, we're also changing and setting that. And so what happens down here, well, let's see, not on that particular image, but if we go to this page and I set up a new layer called objective definitions, and here are the 2 new fields that pop up. So this is going to be the image swap that is going to happen here. And so when the image, or when the objective clicked is 1, we're going to set it to this grass image. When it's 2, it gets set to the weeds. 3, it gets set to all of the equipment section. And then basic lawn care and maintenance, and when it equals 4. So I can take you through this. We'll look at the weeds. You get this great editor when you're changing the element states. And you're asked first, okay, what do you want the new state to look like? So you go grab an image. And in this case, we just swapped out the image for the weed image. And then we selected variable. We clicked next. We selected the objective clicked is set to 2. And then we clicked next. And then if you wanted to add an effect for it to fade in over a certain amount of time, or if you wanted to wait after they click on it before it does something, you can do that as well. But that's the basic gist of that right there. And so a little bit of hiding and showing, and then swapping out of content. So let's take a look at that. Everything's starting to slow down, so I'll give it a minute. And we're going to take this objectives page. Since we have to do a full course preview and we don't have any interactivity and don't have any navigation set up for these other pages, we have to bring that objectives page to the very top so that it is the first page that pops up. So we'll go ahead and click on that. There we go. So this is the default. And then what should happen, and I'm not exactly sure why this currently isn't working, but what should happen is when I click on 1, it should hide this text and set that variable to 1 and show the other 2 text boxes. But it's not actually working correctly, but number 2 is. So let's go as I click on it, but it's not making the other one go away. So, but at least it's showing up. And then when I click number 1, it's changing the image. So now it works perfectly fine, except for that image in the background, the text that hasn't gone away. So let's go ahead and fix a couple of those things first, and also find out why number 2 sets it up great the first time and number 1 doesn't. So we'll go back to the actions. And Actually, what I think we'll need to do is go back to the base layer, make sure we click on this. And this is instructions. And so when we're here, whoops, we don't want that. We just want to go over here. And open up for this image. So we're setting the objective to 1, and we're showing these elements. The other one is showing the whole layer. So maybe that's what we actually need to do. So if we edit this and just select that whole layer, maybe that's what is going to fix that for us. But what we also need to do for both of these, so once we apply that, we also need to hide that instructions text. So let's go ahead and add another actually, are we looking to add another trigger? That's weird. Yeah, we want it to be that one. You know what we should do first is we need to name these folders. I forgot to do that, just to make things easier. There, that makes that a little bit easier. So we want to hide the instructions. So we hide the instructions. Objective clicked is set to 1. The layer that we've created that shows the text element and the image element are ready to go. And we click done. And now those should work, except this one. Oops, that's not what I wanted. We want to so folder 2, that's this one right here. So we changed the name, so now it's easier for us to find these, the actions specific to each one of these. So now we want to add the hide instructions element again. Now that should work pretty well for us. Just do a quick full course preview. Oh, it's not showing the text, but it did a pretty decent job of showing the image. So now we go to 2. Why isn't that text field showing up? Well, we're getting closer. What the heck happened? Well, let's figure it out with 1 here. So folder 1. set the variable. Let's edit this. Go down. Maybe we need to turn this off. That's what we want. And then we're hiding that, and that's working. Let's see if we can figure this part out. And so begins the troubleshooting. So let's switch over to the other layer. These both are set to hidden on load. Hidden on load. But then we show them. That is set. The trigger is set to when objective clicked is 1, which is what it is. Maybe we have to show them first. Well, no, because the image is working fine. Let's see. Let's go through this again. That is so strange that it's not showing up. That works. That works. But the text is not. So I wonder if it's showing, but it's just not loading in the text. Let's see. Let's just double check this and make sure it's working. Okay, when in doubt, let's commit the page and make sure all the code is okay. Here's what we're gonna do. going to remove that and then re-add it so that it adds it at the bottom. So we do the hide and shows first, and then let's set the variable. Let's just see if that makes any difference. Boom, we got that. Now when we click on it, still not showing up. That is insane. Okay, let's maybe try. We'll try not hiding out on load just to see if we can even see it. Okay, there's that. Hooray, now it's working. But now I'm not too sure why. Was it showing on top to start off with or no? Nope, we got just the instructions. That swaps out. And then that swaps out. Perfect. Okay. That's all it was. It apparently we just have to take the hidden on load part off because that's just automatic. I think because of one of the other boxes that forces it to be hidden on load because it has the action in it. I think is what happened there. So one of two things we can do. We can turn off the hidden on load checkbox on the action side and then set it up as the default hidden on load. Or we can just let one of those checkboxes deal with it and then make sure it's unchecked for the other ones. Either way, I think we're going to be fine now that it's working. So if we edit this, oh, it's not on that one. Yeah, see this checkbox is still hidden. So that takes care of the hidden on load aspect. So we don't have to deal with it up there. That was the problem. So the ordering didn't seem to have much of an effect either. So what we should do now is go ahead and click on and add all of those same actions to each one of the other folders now. So what we'll do is set the variable to objective clicked to 3 and then add the hide of instructions and then add Oh, in case it's the first one, we have to add the show of the second layer. And we'll do the same for number 4 here. Set the variable. Objective clicked to 4. And we have to hide the instructions image. And we need to show the objective layer. There we go. So that should take care of all of those slides, actually. Click on one. Perfect. Types of grass. Types of weeds. Tools and equipment. And lawn care. Perfect. And then we can switch back and forth. Excellent. Now, the only thing, obviously we need to get the rucksack figured out. That's just going to jump us to another page to show off all the rucksack contents. But you'll notice that there's only objective 1 down here, and that so we need to change that also depending upon which one is clicked. So this should be pretty easy as well, right? We should be able to take this image element here and swap it out for the one that says objective 2 whenever objective clicked equals 2, right? And just do the exact same thing. So let's go over here to page and just check out. The interesting thing though is that it does, he does allow you to go back with the back button, but I don't think we don't need that anymore because we're not going back to a previous slide. We just click on one of the other objects if we want to see what the other one is. So I don't think we need to do much of a redesign there. In fact, we can just, like I said, let's see if there's any text that needs to change. Done with review, choose another objective file to review or begin. Okay, so we could say that. Instead of just don't need to review, get started now, or we can just leave it like that. What we're trying to do is get it as close to the original on our first pass at this as possible, right? Let's recreate it inside of Claro with it looking and functioning exactly the same way that the original back in 2010 looked and felt in those interactions and whatnot. Then the next phase is to maybe we upgrade the design a little bit and change a few things out that way. But for now, this is looking good. So so let's go ahead and do some element state swaps on this image as well. So we'll click on the image, we go to the media library. Let's find those objective images. There's objective 1. Must be way down here at the bottom. Oh, I wonder if he just changed the text on that one image. Those are objective numbers, but those aren't the right. Those are for a different page. So there's this image. I wonder if the number changes dynamically. Because we don't have any other images. That's interesting. So let's take a look. Let me cancel this swap here. I don't know. That number looks pretty solid there. If we go back here, this is when having Kevin with me would come in handy. Oh, they all say objective 1. All the different slides. So this is basically just the begin button. Once you click on it, it will take you to the starting page for one of those objectives with the content in it. So we've organized all of this content. For example, this is objective 1 with the types of grass, right? And this is the first slide of that. And then within each one of these other slides, there's some interactive little activities that he has created in another tool that he embedded into the PowerPoint. And we're going to go ahead and recreate those in Domino. So my guess would be that what we need to do is I'm still not sure why he didn't change the number. Like, for example, if somebody clicked on 2, why this still says objective 1? Each one that you click on still has objective 1. This is something I'm going to have to ask Kevin about, I think. Well, here's one thing that we can do. Let's go ahead and do this just so we have some navigation elements hooked up. Let's go ahead and navigate this branch to a page. So we'll go ahead and have the rucksack jump to rucksack 0. So that'll get us to that section. Maybe there's some things we can do at rucksack 0. Yeah, none of these should be visible unless you've completed one of the objectives. What we can do is we can delete, we can select all of that, we can strip out the default. We'll make that a variable. Actually, we'll just leave that the way it is for now. Strip all that out. And he had some bullets there. We'll go ahead and probably change those out into different text sets, but for now we'll just leave it like that. So let's see. Yeah, I'm still not exactly sure here. Maybe done with review. I wonder. Maybe that button just never comes back unless you're on objective 1. So clicking on the folder views the details, clicking on the objective button starts the objective. But why don't we have a button for each one of those in the library? This is mildly curious, wouldn't you say? And we are getting to the top of the hour, so that's the objective 1. I wonder if he just dynamically changed the number. But I don't think he could do that in PowerPoint, so that can't possibly be it. Or maybe it's just a text field that he put on top of it. Oh, that's just a line, a single line. Port except fertilizing. Well, okay, there we have it. I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this, but no sense in having everybody else stick around here doing the live stream while I clean up some details here. This should probably be bold. And I'm not exactly sure what. Let's go back here. And if I knew what we needed to do here, I would take care of that as well. But so here's objective 1. Oh, wow, it's just one big solid image in the back. That's what that is. So we would just have to click on I wonder if this button takes us to the objective panel. Because this is just, the objective panel is just supposed to be a sort of a guide as to where you're at. So if you haven't unlocked it yet, that means you need to start there and go. That's why the go button is only on objective 1, because objective 2, 3, and 4 have not been unlocked yet. So it's not like you can go back to it. So from a navigation perspective, he's just saying start with 1. But it seems like overkill to have both, to launch from both this and have that. So I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. So next time Kevin and I meet, we'll have to go over his flowchart and the design and find out what buttons and what pages go from which page to the next. That will be for next week. So stick around and we'll be back. Be sure to bookmark this. or just copy the playlist link and hang on to it for the next time. All right, you guys. Oh, wait, I have my fun ending here. Let me see if I can figure out how to make that work without crashing things. And it's not really all that fun, but at least it's different. So there we go. And we're done. Adios. Thanks for hanging out, guys.